In this edition of SC Squared, we talk IU football and basketball.
Then we'll move into local sports with the Pacers, Colts, and we'll even throw in some Bears.
And finally, some NFL waiver pickups, as well as an interview with sports agent Darren Heitner. I'm Michelle Kennedy alongside Adam Shear. It was a good week for IU basketball. They won their first exhibition game against Franklin, 89-37. Also, Coach Tom Crean picked up his first five-star recruit, Hanner Pereira, the school's first since Eric Gordon. However, these things were kind of overshadowed by the recent announcement of NCAA investigation regarding the eligibility of junior college transfer Guy-Marc Michel. Adam, how detrimental would it be for the Hoosiers to lose Michel for the season?
Oh, it's a big loss. When you lose your only true five, it's going to really hurt you in Big Ten season, especially when you get to a team like Purdue who has Jawan Johnson, who's apparently improved this season from where he was last year as an all-conference member. It's going to be a big loss for the Hoosiers, and just playing a power forward at that position will not bode well, and it actually might end up being another season just like last year and not getting to that NIT bid that they might be striving for right now.
Right. Also, IU football looking to pick up their first conference win of the season as they host Iowa this weekend. Iowa's a good team.
Yeah, no, they're 6-2 right now, 3-1 in the Big Ten, and they have a defense that's only allowed 13 touchdowns all year. What is the key for the Hoosiers offense going into this game?
They're going to have to give Ben Chappell time to throw. Like you said, Iowa has a very formidable defense, including one of the best defensive ends in the country, Adrian Claiborne. So giving Chappell the time he needs to execute plays and minimizing the pressure that's put on him is the offensive key for the game.
Yeah, Claiborne is a very good player, but on offense they have some players as well that are averaging 400 yards of total offense. What does the Hoosier defense have to do against this Iowa team?
Defense really just needs to be prepared for anything. Iowa's proven that they run a really balanced offensive attack. They throw the ball just as many times as they run the ball. Ricky Stanzi's having his best year ever. Also, they have Adam Robinson, who has been critical to the Hawkeyes' recent offensive success. So, being prepared, being able to react to whatever he does on the field will be the key for the defense.
All right, Iowa's a pretty good team, so what's your prediction for a pretty mediocre IU team against them?
As much as I'd like to see IU pick up their first Big Ten win, I do not think this is a team it will be against. I'm predicting Iowa 45-13.
All right, when we get back, we'll be talking about the Pacers, the Colts, and the Bears. We'll see you guys soon.
Welcome back to SC Squared. Moving into some local sports now. Adam, the Pacers had a rough go this week, losing to a previously winless Philadelphia team. What have you seen from the Pacers so far this season?
In the first three games they looked great and a lot better than I'd expected this early in the gate with all the additions they made. And they were moving the ball really well. But against the Sixers, they played a lot of isolation basketball, which just is not their game. So that's really what hurt them against Philadelphia, is just too many one-on-one type plays.
So how do you think they can get back to where they were the previous three games?
Oh, go back to the offensive system in the first three games. I think now you know that you are not an isolation basketball team. You don't have those type of players. So if they get back to within that system, I think they will continue to strive for a playoff spot. If not, though, it's just another year where they're just going to miss out.
Well, the Pacers are back from Philadelphia, but the Colts head there this Sunday as they take on the Eagles. Despite a pretty beat-up roster, Peyton Manning looked really good against the Texans last week. However, the Texans do have the worst pass defense in the NFL. The Eagles, on the other hand, have a pretty solid defense. They only allow a little over 200 yards per game. Do you think that the Colts can continue their offensive success against a better defense?
Yeah, anytime you have Peyton Manning on your offense, I think you're primed and ready to go. The Eagles obviously do, like you said, they only allow just over 200 yards passing per game. Sante Samuel's back there as well as rookie Nate Allen's playing very well. But anytime you have Peyton Manning, I think that you're going to get your offense going some point during the game. It might take him a quarter, but at some point or another, Peyton Manning will be able to figure out that Eagles defense regardless of what look they give him, and I think that the Colts will be able to win this game.
I agree. I think that Peyton Manning will find a way to navigate around the Eagles defense, and I think the Colts will win.
A team coming off a bye week in the NFL is the Bears, and we have a lot of people on this campus who support them from the northeast region of Indiana. What is the key for this Bears game against the winless Buffalo Bills, do you think?
Well, the Bears are going to have to implement some of the changes that they made during the bye week. We need to see better performances from the offensive line as well as Jay Cutler, and the Bears need to get their ground game going.
What, against the Buffalo defense that doesn't have a great run defense, what would be a key for that run, or to get the ground game going?
Well, I do think this is a defense that the Bears can score a lot of points against, especially if they structure a game plan around getting the ball to Matt Forte. I can see him having a standout game and scoring a lot of points, and I do think the Bears can win this game.
All right, yeah, I would agree with that. I don't think that the Bills are looking for a win this week, and even though they are hungry, but the Bears are hungry as well, losing 2 previous games. All right, guys, when we come back, Zach and Logan will be talking about the NFL waiver wire pickups.
Welcome back to SC Squared. I'm here with Logan Roberson to talk about news and notes around the NFL. There have been 2 notable waiver wire moves that occurred in the last week. Logan, let's talk about Sean Merriman.
Yeah, I mean, Sean Merriman, he goes to the Bills now after his long stint with the San Diego Chargers. Obviously, he's a guy that brings a lot of production. He's been riddled with injuries here lately, and that's really kind of slowed his production down, which I think is a big reason the San Diego Chargers decided to let him go.
Now, Randy Moss was recently reacquired by the Vikings, a team where he started his career, and then just put on waivers and picked up by the Tennessee Titans. Talk about Randy Moss and what he'll bring to the Titans.
Well, Randy Moss obviously is a great talent in the NFL. I mean, everybody knows about his production and what he did with the Vikings in his first stint. Everybody thought that was going to be a great thing with him going back to the Vikings this year after getting traded away from the Patriots. But it really shows what kind of a guy teams are looking for when you talk in terms of character. The Patriots got rid of him because of his character, and now the Vikings said he wasn't fitting in good with their team chemistry. So now they put him on waivers, and now he's going to go help a Tennessee Titans team that is struggling in the wide receiver position with injuries.
That is true. And stay tuned. When we come back, I will interview sports agent Darren Heitner. I'm here with the founder and CEO of Dynasty Athlete Representation, Darren Heitner, and also the CEO and author of SportAgentBlog.com. Now, Darren, you got your start uncharacteristically through the blog. Talk about the social media and how it's helped you in marketing.
Sure. Well, I didn't get my start through the blog, but actually the blog was something that I decided to do after an internship as a way to stay abreast of whatever was going on within the industry and also make some connections with others in the industry. It did end up helping me start a sports agency because my partner, when I founded the company, was one of my first contributing authors at SportsAgentBlog.com, and also my first client was a referral from somebody who found out about me through reading the blog. So that social media presence has definitely enabled me to start up the company, but also has been a great asset in afterwards because I've been able to gain more clients that might come through reading the site, clients through referrals by others, by agents that are reading the site, and also it shows that I have this sort of knowledge about the industry so that I can reference it in discussions with potential clients and show that, compared to other people that might consider themselves to be agents, I have this base of knowledge and I can help them out with it.
So now social media has been a big part of everyday life, and people are always trying to get in the industry, whether it's becoming a sports journalist or becoming an agent. Mm-hmm. What type of ways do you think that they could use social media to their advantage to stand out from the other people trying to enter the field?
Well, the most important thing is to not be a copier. Don't just copy an idea and think that it's going to work. So don't create SportsAgentBlog2.com because that's probably not the best idea in the world. The reason that Sports Agent Blog worked out so well is that it didn't exist before. No one was really covering it besides one writer at Sports Business Journal. But we offer something that's free. You don't have to pay to access it. And we actually happen to break stories before they do. Hopefully they don't watch this video and get mad about it. How to do well with social media is create something new, become invested in it. My goal was to create at least one post per day. And sticking by that has allowed the site to grow. People know that they can come to the site and get new, fresh content every day. Do something along those lines. Really invest in it. Invest your time, invest your energy into creating something special, something unique, and something that people actually want to read about. And I think you'll be able to have some success in that way.
All right, Darren, thank you for the advice, and I want to thank you for allowing us to interview. To check out a full interview, visit iusportcom.com. We'll see you next week.
Thanks.